Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you would never ask. It is, what is today? Wednesday, the 31st day of March. Today is National Bunsen Burner Day. Celebrate with your Bunsen burners. Do you remember those in high school?
I do. Yeah, I didn't really take any classes where I was required to use those.
I did. Every class I took, I used those. Like, John, what do you have that for? Bunsen burner. Yeah, but this is geometry.
Only thing I know about Bunsen burners is Beaker and Bunsen from
the Muppets.
The Muppets.
National Clams on the Half Shell Day today as well. National Crayon Day. National Prom Day. National Tater Day. Manatee Appreciation Day, which I appreciate manatees. And National Little Red Wagon Day. Did you have a little red wagon when you were a kid?
I believe I did, yes.
I tell you, I remember one of our neighbors had a little yellow wagon, and I'd never seen a little yellow wagon. I always saw red wagons. It was a yellow wagon with red wheels. Which I was like, what is the deal with that? I got a guest joining me today, Jo Koy, funny comedian, got a new special out, and I was reading here, he's going to be working with Steven Spielberg on a new movie called Easter Sunday. We'll have that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, in time for next Easter, but we're going to chat with him all about that coming up.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. A survey of 2,000 Americans currently working remotely revealed 50% have stopped sending as many emails as they did about a year ago. 51% claim it, quote, crushes their soul, end quote, every time they get an email.
Wow.
43% say it's their biggest complaint is that emails are very formal and constraining way to communicate. So 51%, it crushes their soul.
Crushes their soul.
I get a lot of emails. As a matter of fact, I'm going to click right now to see how many are in my inbox. This is not a joke. 6,022. If they crushed my soul every time they came in, I'd be in trouble. I need to go through and clean. Some of that's like from a year ago. I need to clean out the inbox. And a new study finds that adding seaweed to cattle feed can reduce the methane emissions.
Yeah. Oh, that seems like a pretty simple fix.
It helps make that less.
So then we wouldn't have to give up meat, right?
I wonder if we could put seaweed in our diet, if that would also reduce.
That's not going to happen.
I don't know. It depends on how seaweed tastes. I don't know. Surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
Do you have a credit card? We'd like to help you get a better credit card. If you don't have any credit cards, we'd like to help you too. At BetterCreditCards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Some cards offer points. Some cards are designed to help you build your credit. BetterCreditCards.com wants to help you get a better credit card, no matter what you're looking for. See if we can help you find a better credit card at BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
This is your Brain on Drugs, brought to you by TimeForRehab.com. More than half a ton of marijuana with a street value of upward of $8 million was discovered by a sharp-nosed police dog during a routine traffic stop in northwest Indiana. Authorities say that a conservative estimate of the street value puts it somewhere between $5.7 to $8.5 million.
Whoa.
That's a big
job,
difference.
Puppy.
So 5.7 to 8.5 million. I wonder do you think the difference is if you have a coupon or not? I'm not really sure what the difference is. That's a big difference. Yeah, I got a coupon for 1 pound of marijuana. Wasn't marijuana. What was it? Maybe it was. Oh yeah, it was marijuana. So I don't know. I don't know how that works, but that is what happens when your brain is on drugs. Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. We're going to see how many times we can get the royals in this little break here. So the first one, Prince Harry has started a new job as a tech executive. Second story, Prince Harry has reportedly taken a new job as an executive in Silicon Valley at a startup.
Shocker.
The recently outspoken royal confirmed to the Wall Street Journal that he will become the, quote, chief impact officer, end quote, of a place called Better Up, Inc., an online coaching and mental health firm. So if you want to
I
get...
wonder what kind of experience he has
I
for
don't
that
know.
gig.
But he's a chief impact officer.
That's
so
super.
he's going to be impacting stuff,
That's
chiefly.
great. Good for him.
In his official capacity. And one other story. A new report claims that Prince William still misses Prince Harry a year after Megxit. So that's what they're calling this now. Meghan Markle, Megxit.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, so.
That's
there you go.
actually very clever. I like that.
Don't know if it's clever, but it's something. It's Big Screen, Little Screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com.
At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all the fun holidays throughout the year with fun, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we've got a gift for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Now your scoop of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of RedCrossBlood.org. A 25-year-old father was caught on a cell phone video taking his 2-year-old daughter into an elephant enclosure at the San Diego Zoo. Then he dropped her, and he took off running as the elephant charged them.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, he's 25, the daughter's 2, and the whole thing is a terrible, terrible, terrible idea.
Oh, that's horrifying.
Don't ever do that. Like, they have fences and enclosures for a reason. Stay on the right side of those. Somebody's sending me a message right now saying you don't have to say don't ever do that. I say that a lot because people do things that they shouldn't do. Don't ever do that. Another story here. A generous woman who ate breakfast at a Florida Keys restaurant left a tip. Her bill was $193. How much do you suppose the tip was, Heidi?
I'm assuming it was a good tip.
It was a good tip. It was a really good tip. $193 bill, and the tip was?
Say $8,000.
Oh, more than that. $10,000. Yeah.
Oh, my.
$10,000 tip. Castaway Waterfront Restaurant and Sushi Bar, Marathon, Florida. They shared a photo of the receipt with an eye-popping tip on their Facebook page. They congratulated the entire staff who was going to be splitting the windfall.
That wasn't me.
It wasn't me either. But wouldn't it be cool to be able to do that?
Wouldn't it be great? It would be so great.
I remember when they were doing the 2020 challenge. And
Even
they were
that
like,
sometimes,
but
when you
no,
would do that, I'm like, what are you doing?
The 2020 challenge officially was to leave a $2,020 tip. So $2,020, 2020. Yeah. And I was like, I got to put a decimal in there because I don't have that kind of money.
Right.
But I was doing $20.20. And there were times Heidi's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm doing that challenge. She goes, you're not even doing it right. Like, I'm still going to do it.
The bill was $4.
No.
What are you doing?
Yeah. I wish I was in a position to do the $10,000 tip. That would be so cool. A man in Bakersfield, California was seen hitching a ride, hanging onto the back of a semi-truck on a highway. That is a terrible idea.
Oh, my gosh.
Just imagine the optics of seeing that. You're driving along and see a dude hanging on the back of a semi. That would be pretty interesting to see. But don't ever do that. It's a bad idea. I'm just saying. I want to make sure I get that out there. It's your public service announcement for today.
Don't ever do that.
Don't do that. And one last story. Hopefully I don't have to tell you not to do anything. A very small percentage of the population can safely drive while talking on their phone. Chances are high that you are not one of them. In a study, psychologists identified a group of people who can successfully do two things at once. These people, by the way, are called supertaskers, and you're probably not one of them. Researchers from the University of Utah say supertaskers make up about 2.5% of the general population. And to prove that I am a supertasker, while I was reading that story, I was also talking on my phone.
Yeah.
But it was the same thing I was reading in the story.
You are
Does
not
that not
a super
count?
tasker. I've ridden with you.
How do you know I'm not a super tasker?
I've ridden with you and I've seen it go down. It's not good.
She makes fun of me all the time because, there's things that I think I can do. I'm really good at this. You're like, you're terrible
You're
at that.
not good at that.
You should stop right now. Seriously. People are looking. All right. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a great quote from Benjamin Franklin. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and free to find out if we can make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, I can't guarantee that, But I can assure you we'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you pack out great deals on insurance. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Wednesday. We have one of the funniest comedians out there, Mr. Jo Koy, joining us right now. Several specials. I see you're working on a movie with Steven Spielberg, which is pretty darn cool. And you got a new book out as well. Holy cow.
Yeah, it's been a crazy time to actually know that I have a book out, man. It's crazy because I really don't know how to read. But for some reason, I was able to write a book.
No, that is tough.
Dude.
So
I'm not even joking. Hey, John, I'm not even joking, by the way.
Yeah, that's funny.
I had to do the audio version. I had to do the audio version in the studio. Literally, it was supposed to be done in 3 days. It took me 2 weeks.
Holy cow.
I don't know how to read. It's so hard, man. It's hard, dude.
So the book is called Mixed Plate, Chronicles of an All-American Combo. Let's talk about what the title means, just so folks are all on the same page to start with here.
You know, it's me. It's an autobiography about myself. I'm coming from a mixed race. You know, I'm half white. I'm half Filipino. I love Hawaii. You know, Hawaii embraced me so well. And when you go to Hawaii, they have this dish that I love to order all the time. It's called the Mixed Plate. And it's got everything on it. It's got Korean barbecue. It's got Japanese katsuya. It's got a scoop of American macaroni salad. And it's got rice. And it's got everything on it. And individually, all those items are delicious. But when you put them all on one plate, it's beautiful. And that's how I feel about the country that we live in and how everyone is. You know, there's so many different ethnicities and races and cultures, and if we can all just get on the same plate together, man, it'll be a beautiful thing.
That's really, really cool. The book is called Mixed Plate. It's out now. Now let's talk about your comedy career. What are you working on as far as the comedy side of things?
Yeah, man, you're not going to believe this, but during the pandemic, I signed another deal with Netflix. So this is going to be my 4th special with Netflix, and I can't wait. I'm excited. I'm getting ready. I'm working on that as we speak. And on top of that, I'm shooting this movie with Spielberg's company, Amblin, and Dan Lin over at Rideback. So it's crazy. We're in production as we speak, and it's so surreal that I'm actually working with Steven. It's nuts.
Congratulations on working with Steven Spielberg. That's awesome. How did that all come together?
Yeah, Steve then watched Coming in Hot, my second special, and called me in for a meeting. And it was that fast. He literally asked if there's anything that I wanted to pitch him, and I pitched this movie called Easter Sunday, which is basically a movie about my life all in one day with my family, and they loved the idea. And big shout out to Jeff and Holly over at Amblin. They bought it in the room, and here we are 8 months later in full production. So it's happening.
That is a cool opportunity. But when you first got that call, did you think maybe it was just one of your friends just messing with you?
You know what? It's so funny you said that, because my manager and I walked into Amblin. We thought we were going in as a general, you know, just a general meeting. You get to meet Amblin, and Amblin gets to meet you. That's what we thought. The minute we sat down, the first thing they said to us was, Steven's a huge fan, and he cannot wait to work with you. Literally, that's what he said to us. And our mouths dropped. Like, we couldn't believe what we were hearing. And then the second question was like, what ideas do you have? Do you want to pitch us anything? And next thing you know, I'm pitching this movie idea that I've been working on for about a year. And literally an hour after we left the room, they were like, we are good to go. We're moving forward as we speak. And they have not stopped. It's crazy. Like, even me telling you this story right now is nuts.
That is such a cool thing. And I'm looking here. The title is Easter Sunday. Is that right?
Easter Sunday. You want to hear what's even crazier? Is I received an email from Steven last night, and just reading that email to my son was just like the most surreal moment of my life. You know, my son is a big fan of Ready Player One. Like, I think he's watched it like 20 times already, which is, of course, Steven. You know, Steven doesn't really direct that much anymore, but when he does, it's always a gem, and Ready Player One is one of those gems. And of course, I'm a huge Steven Spielberg fan. Like, I mean, Indiana Jones and, you know, Minority Report and Lincoln and everything that he's done. And here I am, I get to share this moment with my son, the director that we both love. You know what I mean? That he's the GOAT, you know what I mean? And here I am reading a letter from him to me. Was just like one of the most surreal moments in my career.
Well, that is so cool. And again, it's called Easter Sunday, and I'm assuming maybe this time next year would be a good time to put that movie out, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, we're hitting the ground running right now. Production starts right around May, so we're going for it.
That is so cool. Be sure to remember us next year. We'd love to chat with you about it.
Done deal, man. You better have me on.
Absolutely. Again, our guest today, Jo Koy. He's got a new book out right now. He's got movies and all kinds of other fun stuff, too. I've got a link to all of that info in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Marie Curie is the only person to earn a Nobel Prize in 2 different sciences. The pioneering researcher won the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1903, shared with her husband, for her study of spontaneous radiation. And then she won the Nobel Prize in Chemistry in 1911 for her work in radioactivity.
That's pretty cool.
That makes her one of just 6 people to receive more than 1 Nobel Prize, but she's the only person to receive it in 2 different sciences. Chemical engineer Linus Paulding, by the way, earned a Nobel Chemistry Prize and a Nobel Peace Prize. All of the other winners won them all in the same category. So
that was back when the prize meant something.
I think it still means something, but it's, the Nobel Peace Prize has changed quite a bit. A lot of the Nobel Prizes, people don't understand what that is. But Alfred Nobel invented dynamite, and he didn't want his name to be synonymous with dynamite. So they came up with this Peace Prize and this, science prizes and all these things. It's a neat idea. But anyway, I've got the whole thing in the show notes if you want to see it. But that is your fun fact for today. Now you know. Thank you for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
Do you have a credit card? We'd like to help you get a better credit card. If you don't have any credit cards, we'd like to help you too. At bettercreditcards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Some cards offer points. Some cards are designed to help you build your credit. Bettercreditcards.com wants to help you get a better credit card, no matter what you're looking for. See if we can help you find a better credit card at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Time now for a news headline from somewhere in this world, Dateline Iceland. A volcano has erupted 20 miles south of Iceland's capital city. It erupted 800 years ago, and then it just recently erupted again.
Oh.
So something that hasn't happened for 800 years, and then it happened again. There's some folks around the world that are going, oh, that's a sign of something. I'm like, yeah, it's a sign that volcano was ready to erupt. Or it could be more. Who knows? That is today's news headline from somewhere in this world. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all the fun holidays throughout the year with fun, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we've got a gift for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Time now for Weird News, brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. They have a bunch of Easter stuff on there right now, by the way.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
I don't see their stuff anymore. I used to.
weirdgiftoftheday.com. Well, you can change your settings on Facebook.
I'll have to
I'll show you how to do that. Moving on. A couple in Florida caught stealing lamb and a variety of seafood from a Naples. A 71-year-old lady and a 76-year-old man, they live in Florida part-time, Brooklyn part-time, arrested. They were concealing items and leaving the store without paying for them. So they saw the man fold a halibut package in half and place it in his wife's purse. Some crab legs and clams also placed in the purse. And then he was taking some lamb and jamming that down his pants. They walked out of the store. Total amount of items stolen, $146.97.
Oh, guys.
They were arrested. They did press charges. The couple is facing retail petty theft.
That's a bad idea.
It is a bad idea. Don't do that. Hey, you beat me to it. And I also would like to say there are a lot of places that will feed you if you're hungry. You don't do this. There's ways to do that the right way. It's really, really sad. I'm so sad to hear that. Weird News brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for your moment of duh, brought to you by RedCrossBlood.org. I got a warning. I'm probably going to say don't do this.
Oh, boy.
23-year-old woman accused of assaulting her girlfriend with an argument of chicken nuggets. So she got to go to jail. Lillian Barnett booked into a jail on multiple charges, including aggravated assault on an officer, domestic assault, and disorderly conduct. A warrant alleges she assaulted her girlfriend during an argument where detectives said it all started over chicken nuggets. Placed in a deputy car, she was screaming, attempted to kick out a window of the car while continuously hitting the window with her head. Warrant states that she then bit a deputy on the arm. He was walking her to a cell. Then says she's been in trouble before. She tested positive for hepatitis C, scheduled for an initial court appearance on the morning of the 31st. So
There
they're
had to have been some substances
concerned. It doesn't say that
there.
though, but they were concerned about the fact that she was biting this guy, and
Right.
when she's got hepatitis
Oh,
C.
my
So
gosh.
I don't know how any of that stuff works, but it's a crazy story. It is today's moment of duh.
Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a great quote from Benjamin Franklin. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and free to find out if we can make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, I can't guarantee that, but I can assure you we'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you pack out great deals on insurance. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time now for Is It a Golf Course or Is It a Rehab Center? Brought to you by TimeForRehab.com. Heidi, tell me, Ocean Pines, Ocean City, Maryland. Is it a golf course or is it a rehab center?
I will say that this is a rehab center.
And the answer is golf course.
Oh, man.
I am so sorry. But for those of you who got it
aren't
right,
sorry.
for those of you who got it right at home, this golf clap is for you, Heidi. You don't get any of this. That is how we play. Is it a golf course or is it a rehab center? Brought to you by TimeForRehab.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news. It's coming your way right now, courtesy of bettercreditcards.com. I think this is good news, by the way. I just want to say thank you to people who send me good news stuff when they see it online. That does mean a lot to me. It really does. I think it's really, really cool. And this is just kind of a fun story. Kindergarten teacher takes students on a virtual field trip to the zoo.
Okay.
So this happened in Washington. He took his students on a trip to the zoo. Garrett Talcott is a kindergarten teacher in Redmond. He became a viral sensation on social media after he took a virtual field trip to the zoo, and it surfaced on TikTok, and it's been shared over 1 million times. People sharing this. Mr. Talcott walks around a wildlife park teaching his at-home students about natural habitats of exotic animals from around the world. Says the students really loved it. This was a surprise, and it shared interactive experience. In person is ideal, but they still loved it. And it's cool because you can see him, and then you can see the cool stuff at the zoo. And I think he's probably just reading some of the placards there. You know, it's like, hey, this
That's
thing
really
that we're seeing
sweet, though,
here.
that he's taking the time
Yeah.
to do that. He doesn't have to do
It
that.
is.
That's above and beyond.
It is, and it's really cool. And it says it's really about making sure the kids are engaged.
Right.
So when I get on there, whether I've had enough sleep or not, whether I'm ready or not, the moment I hit that live button, I have to be ready, and I have to be there for those students, and I have to make sure it is the best day of their lives. Isn't that
Aw,
cool?
what a great teacher.
That is an amazing way to make sure that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. I just think that is really, really cool. So hats off to you, Mr. Talcott. That is really, really neat. I've got a link to the story in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Bye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. We really do appreciate it. I know you got a lot of options on things you could be doing right now. I mean, tons of things you could be listening to, and you chose to listen to us right here on this station, and we appreciate that. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.